we were at home, and brother came in the office and said, "Hey, they're trying to name this mountain." And they already had, I don't know, 3 or 4 names already. He said, "Why don't you think we can come up with a name?" And we were in the dungeon, you know. They put us in the building. It's a historical building where they used to do business for tribal members. So they had us in the bottom, keep us out of sight, you know. And he said, "Hey, we need to try to come up with a name." And I was sitting there thinking, and he walked out and he came back. I said, "Blue Sky." I said, "Covers the Arapahos, covers the Cheyennes." He said, "Yeah, let's go for it." So we went, put it on paper. Then we started, you know, nobody said anything. We start bumping heads with everybody. Well, it needs to be this, needs to be that. No, we're going to stick with this name. So we had arguments for, I don't know, a lot. A lot of arguments. And then the ones that were squabbling with us, we got on a Zoom meeting and we told them, you know, the history, where these names came from and where they belonged. Pretty soon they quit talking to us, and the Blue Sky came out on top. Yeah. So we were folks listened to us, you know.
Yeah.
The thing that always strikes me is when this started, a bad thing happened, and it changed the way the country looked at everything. And so this opportunity came because of something that happened bad, and it turned around to be good. And the thing is that we didn't want a name that would be hurtful. You know, we wanted something that would be strong from the heart that covered both of our people. You know, you see Cheyenne and Arapaho Tribes. That's one nation in the eyes of the government. That is 2 completely separate people. And that's how me and my brother worked. We worked that way, you know, and it wasn't quite like that. I was already out of his office, and he hollered across the hall, "Blue Sky!" And I thought, what's wrong with him now? So I went back over there and I said, "What?" He said, "Blue Sky." He said, "Takes care of you and takes care of us." So he said, "Hey, that'll work." So Paul Stidler of the Wilderness Society, who's a lawyer, he contacted me and he said, "We need to change the name of that mountain." And I agreed with him 100% right off. We didn't know how to do it, so we went, the only way we knew is that we are considered a sovereign nation. We work with the government to government in these things. So we went and we campaigned. First we went to the chiefs. We brought the chiefs and we fed them and talked to them and asked them, "What about this name?" They said, "Yes, good name." So he went to his chiefs, I went to my chiefs. We got them to agree. So we wrote that up and we got all the support. Then we went to some of the ceremonial leaders and we talked to them. They said, "Yes, great name, go for it." We did all this, and so we went to our legislators and said, "Can you pass us a resolution and we'll send it to Congress because Congress has to change this," right? We didn't know. So we did that. And Paul Stidler seen it and he goes, "Let me talk to you, you know, this is not how you do this, you know." So he talked to us and he led us and he co-sponsored that application with us. And that was the beginning of it. And then we began. Okay, we went to our tribes, our brothers up north, and we talked to them. You know, and then after that, then we began to have meetings and we began to invite the public. And there was like 2 pages long of support by the time this got to the naming board in DC. So we had tons and tons of support, but we also had some tough times to where we had to argue and talk to people about, wait a minute, you know, you know, there was a lot. And we even talked to Governor Evans' relatives. We even talked to his granddaughter, his great-granddaughter. And I still keep in touch. We got a Christmas card from Carolyn, you know, that is still remembering us from that time. So I think it built the country together, this name and what we did. And, you know, when it was done, I made a mistake. I always open my mouth, say the wrong things. I was, you know, in the middle of trying to convince everybody that this is a great name and we should do it. And yeah, and we're gonna, and I said, and when it's named, I'm gonna go to the top of that mountain, I'm gonna sing a victory song. I had no idea what 10-2 was. 14-2 is up there, you know, and we went at sunrise. And it's cold. And the wind is blowing 60 miles an hour. And I'm sitting in the van saying, why did I open that?
Why did I do this?
Why couldn't I just be satisfied with the name, you know? Thank God my grandson was there. And Clorinda was there. They were running around like it was nothing. You know, we were going to, and I'm staggering towards, well, we was trying to get a little break from the wind, but we got it done. I was saying that victory song. So after we got done, I looked at my brother and I said, 2 little nobodies from little bitty towns have done something on a national level.